At the beach it's always wetter and life in flip-flops is always better. Get away today, take a vacation today. Don't let your life unravel, take a break, call Lucy when you want to travel. Today, you got to get away. Friends and familiar faces making plans about going places. At the beach it's always better and you'll get there with these three letters. Travel with them, just call MGM. Stop dreaming about better days. The MGM family travel will take you away. You got to get away.
Hi, I'm Bill.
And I'm Lucy.
That stopped abruptly. Happy Tuesday, everybody!
Because he's working the controls. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Oh, and we're MGM Family Travel.
Yeah.
I never said that.
He's asking me
off.
why I'm discombobulated. I just got here.
And it's Phillies night. You can see first pitch is in 1 minute. But we're so dedicated to MGM Family Travel. Lucy's making me. No, we're doing. It'll only be like third inning by the time we're done. So you get us for an hour, and then the Phillies get me. So Lucy's not happy about it. What is
Neither
that sound?
is Dolly, apparently.
I'm not allowed to touch Lucy.
No.
If I touch Lucy, the doggy don't like it.
There's no touching in
No
this
loudness,
house.
no
loud
yelling,
noise.
yes, no violence.
Yes, no violence.
It's a violence-free house. We can't even play.
So as you can see, he's absolutely beside himself.
It's been like the
This
most
weekend
exciting,
he was an absolute mess.
Yeah,
An absolute mess.
Friday night Phillies game, Saturday night or Saturday afternoon Phillies game, Sunday night Eagles game. Hey, Philadelphia won all three. So we are now on to the pennant. The National League pennant. We are playing San Diego Padres at 8:03 tonight. So, right when I get off here, I will be on my TV. There we go.
So he's a happy
Yes.
person.
Well,
I think it's infectious. I think if
Yeah,
you were in
the
this
whole
area, it
city,
is like
it's
electric.
not-
Everyone's super excited.
we're talking like people that we don't even usually talk to, and it's just it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Phillies fever. So it hasn't happened in a long time. So
Yeah, 11 years.
no, 22 years since we've been in.
World Series?
No, maybe it's 1998. I think was the National League championship game.
24
So,
years.
yeah.
Well, 11 years since we've been in the playoffs, though.
Yeah,
So everybody's
like
super
that.
excited.
something it's hard to keep track of. So, but we do have a lot of people from this community that are on the horizon right now. And they're like halfway through their cruise.
And
But,
what we see on
yeah.
social media, it looks like everyone's
Yeah, they're having a
great time.
blast. So, if you guys catch us on the replay, which we've had a lot of lately.
Yeah, we really have. So
thank
welcome
you.
in.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome
you
in.
for
Hit that
watching.
thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. So, but we've actually put out a lot of content in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. This weekend we weren't as productive because of everything we just talked about.
But we've had a jump in our view and a jump in our subscribers, which is really good.
Yes,
we appreciate
we're so
it.
grateful for that.
We thank everyone. Hopefully we can keep putting out content. We have a lot of raw content that we just got to put together.
Yep.
So we were on a roll.
And we're still trying to find old stuff that we, unbury.
And there'll be new. And there will
Yeah.
be new. We will be cruising again. What's our countdown, Lucy?
Our countdown is 194 days, so we're under
4 days.
we're under 200.
Wow. It seems so far.
It sounds a little better. We're under 200.
Let us know your countdown.
Yeah, where you headed? And
I think,
we're going to say hi.
yeah, go ahead.
So, first in tonight is Miss Meg.
Meg.
Welcome in, Miss Meg. We saw that her and Paul
We're on
flew
the...
down to Miami.
Oh, yeah.
For the
meetup.
pre-cruise
That was
meetup,
awesome.
which was awesome. I really wish we had talked to Sean and
Sean,
Alana
yeah.
about that months ago, but
And I think they're
we
here
just
for a
couldn't make it
while
work.
after the cruise, too, but...
At
it's-
some points, they were thinking about coming to New York,
Yeah.
so we were going to try to hook up. So, Meg, I'm glad you got to meet
Yeah.
them. Hopefully, someday we will.
We've
They're
talked
such
to them.
amazing
We've known
people.
them for a while. They were one of the first people that we interacted with on YouTube.
Yeah, on a regular basis. Yeah,
and they're very
They're amazing
disappointed that we
people.
can't get to meet up with
yeah,
them.
yeah.
So,
So, Mary Ellen Dillon is here.
Mary Ellen, welcome in.
Mary Ellen. Holly and Brian are
oh,
here.
he's probably going by
Maybe for
now.
a short time. Welcome in. We know Brian's super excited as well.
So,
He's just stopping by to say hi.
Yeah.
Let's go, Phils.
Phillies. It's been a sea of red. Everybody's wearing red around here.
Oh, they really are. Puppy the cat
Puppy!
is here. Welcome in, Jersey girl.
Welcome.
She's a little bit like we're on that line, so
might
she
be a
might not
Yankees,
be.
Mets, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
She might be like Go Sports, like
half
you.
of Jersey, yeah, she might be like me. Half of Jersey is like New York teams,
Yay, team.
and half of Jersey is like Philly teams.
The only thing she likes about the Eagles is the blanket that I have.
Yes, I usually have it on my chair, so I have it on my lap. PSV Odyssey is here.
Oh.
Welcome in, Sunny. I hope you had a
Welcome.
good time. It looked like you did.
MGM's here.
MGM's here.
MGM.
That would be
the
you.
Gaylors. Welcome in, Gaylors.
Welcome in, John and Jody.
Lucy's much better with names.
The traveling Gilberts
Who are
are
they?
here. Guess who this?
Who this? Who that?
Welcome in,
Who that
whoever
be?
you are.
Who that be?
Just Dave is here. Welcome
Just
in, Dave.
Dave.
I saw
Welcome
Dave
in.
posted like something like calm day on the Space Coast. It was an
Oh, yeah.
amazing picture. I was like, oh my God,
He's always taking pictures of
I'd love to be there.
SpaceX. I think all the satellites going up. There's
Yeah,
one
he
in
moved
SpaceX.
at like the perfect time.
Yeah. Janice.
Janice from JP Travel Adventures is here. Welcome in, Janice.
Nautical Nurse Nancy.
Remember, Nancy is live
Yes,
at 10
10 o'clock.
tonight. Welcome in,
10
Nancy.
o'clock. And I know that Lolita Loca is on a cruise.
Tony is.
So I don't know if he's going live or not tonight.
I
But
don't
he's
know.
with Don.
He's with Don?
I think he's with
He's
Don.
with John from
John. That's
Chico.
it.
Yeah.
Don.
Dave and Brandy are here. Welcome in, guys.
Brandy, we watched your premiere. Awesome job. I had that song stuck in my head. I forget which one it is now.
William Hanson Jr. is
William
here.
Hanson.
Welcome in. He says,
Let's go, Phils."
Phillies. We'll be wearing our Philly hats as we get on the Celebrity Equinox this Monday.
Awesome.
That's going to be super exciting.
Enjoy.
Sir Gary of the Beaches is
So,
here.
Gary,
Welcome in.
welcome.
He's had a good frigid evening. We have
a freeze
freeze warning.
warning. I got my first freeze warning of the season
I'm
today.
not into it. I
Yeah.
don't like it.
We might actually have to turn the heat on. We've turned it on just to make sure everything's working, but we haven't really had to put it on. So this is a great time of year. No air conditioning, no heat, no bills.
So Gary said, I don't know how you missed the mega deck party. Me of all people. I don't know how I missed that mega deck party. Me of all people.
I'm updating our intro.
As he looks
Yeah,
at more
as I
footage.
keep going through it and finding. I've changed it like 3 times already.
So the funny
So-
thing is, and one of the things we're actually going to probably discuss a little bit tonight, but the funny thing is, we told Bill he went to go smoke. He was going to the mega deck party. We were going to meet him there. And then we ran into Marcia, Dave's wife,
Yeah.
and Tom, and then Rhonda came over. And so by the time we hung out with them, we went to the Mega Deck party. We couldn't find him. He was looking all over for us.
I recorded the whole Mega Deck party, but it's really hard to put it up because everything's copyrighted. So the music that they play, but there's a lot of raw footage from it, and I like changing. I do like changing our intro up, and
it makes it more
the more people I can get involved with it, it'll be fun every week changing it up.
Nancy's right. You're throwing me off. He did the things because I was not set up at all over here. So he started the timer.
It's all right. We'll be fine.
Oh, Miss Meg, thank you so much. Miss D is here. Welcome in. She says,
D, go Phillies.
Traveler Bust is here. Welcome in.
Traveler Bust, welcome in.
Janice likes my sweater. Thank you so much.
No San Diego fans.
Burlington. Every time Michelle's like, every time I ask you, or every time you talk about your clothes.
You didn't say how much it was.
You say it's at Burlington. I think it was $12.99. It was either $11.99 or $12.99. It's a fake, so it's one piece, but it looks like two.
It looks like a sweater. I thought it was a sweater.
A huddle raid. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for coming. Moonlight Adventures
They had one of our favorite channels on tonight, which I did get a chance to pop in.
We did. Not just it's one of our favorite channels, but some of our favorite people from the community.
They're really good people.
We've actually gotten to talk to them a couple of times, and they're just amazing people.
Around a year ago, probably. Maybe even more than a year ago.
They're so nice. Gary says, let's not talk about the Phillies' dumb luck.
Ah, that's right.
He's
Mr.
one of
Atlanta
them.
Braves. Dumb luck. Yeah, well, you can always steal 3 games, but never had a 7-game series.
The Gilberts say lots of mods tonight. No.
I think I counted 3.
Hijinks like last week.
Oh, no, Janice is here too, so that's 4. So
we needed them last week. That was crazy. Let Bill enjoy his sports. It doesn't happen very often.
No, it could be another 20 years ago. Mark the Shark, welcome in.
Welcome in.
But hopefully it all goes well. Today's game 1, so it's okay if I miss a little bit.
Nancy says, I love when we root for others who are cruising. It's so exciting. Yeah. Isn't that so true? I get excited. I mean, I don't get as excited as when I'm on a cruise, but like just the whole group that's on the horizon now. Yeah, we're super excited.
I don't think I got a number, but it's a nice group of people.
It is. It is. And it's really awesome people, too.
I'm thinking at least 40. But there's a lot, as we know, and you know too, Nancy, how much work there is done behind the scenes to make it all really happen, and the little hiccups can happen real fast.
But it's a labor of love.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have a blast at the end. Yeah. It's all worth it. See the World with Chris is here. Welcome in,
Chris. What's happening, my friend?
Dave Whiting is also here.
Hello, Dave.
See the World with Chris has 34 days until he's on the celebration. I cannot wait to hear what you think about it. I'm super excited about that. Mary Ellen's going in a couple weeks.
Okay.
She's on the transatlantic. I think she's on the celebration for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Sir Gary's on the Reflection.
Yes, I know, and I can't wait
all about that ship.
Hear what he thinks of that ship as well. Moonlight Adventures has 104 days until they go on the Carnival Freedom.
Awesome.
We do love that class of ships. 18 days until the celebration. That's for Mary Ellen, and I believe that is correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the maiden voyage.
Wow.
Meg's Fun Time has 145 until the second helping hands for cruising on the Carnival Pride. Are they coming back for that? Are the Down Unders coming back, or this one is without them?
I thought they were doing one in Australia, but I know he was trying to plan one. We did look into. We were getting some really good deals from Carnival.
We really were for Australia. It's a hike.
It's more than probably 2 weeks off of work.
Yeah.
By the time you adjust.
Yeah, we're going to need 2 weeks for Greece and Italy, and that's only a 9-hour flight. I can't imagine the jet lag.
17 hours.
For Australia. I can't imagine. Tony G, 1975 is here. He's going on the Norwegian Bliss next Tuesday.
Ooh.
Ben and David and Steph will be on board.
Awesome.
You guys are going to have so much fun. Hope you're doing well.
That's actually something we wanted to talk about, is cruising with friends and family and groups, because we have Helping Hands with Cruising. We just got off the BBT Rome Run.
That was our first official group vacation.
Group. When we've gone with, when we went with Ronnie Nelma and Mike Lovelace.
Yeah, that wasn't so that was amazing, and that was our first taste of what it's like to cruise with the community. But yeah, it wasn't like an official group cruise.
Where
but
we actually had activities planned and meetups and all that kind of stuff. Dinners. We did do dinner, but that was a kind of a last second.
Yeah.
Let's all just do the MDR one night.
We did. So, we did 2 nights.
Yeah,
Most of us did 2 nights. Mm-hmm. Holly and Brian have 16 days until Enchantment of the Seas. I just
I'm all jealous.
Agreed to take my daughter to Baltimore for a show.
Going to
I
another
wonder
concert.
if you guys will be in town then. I don't know, but that's not till December, so I guess it's more than 16 days.
Yeah, I hope December is more than 16 days because I got to prepare.
Dave says they just booked some excursions for their Alaska cruise in June.
Ooh.
That's going to be super fun.
Gaylors are going in
11 days on the Carnival Legend, 14 days to the Panama Canal. That's going to be an amazing trip too.
That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Janice
Gregory. She says, hi, welcome in. Panama Canal in 118 days on the edge. That's going to be so fun. I really want to get on one of those ships.
The big ones? You want to go on the bigger, the better?
Puppy said, the newer.
I like the Legend. The Legend going to Panama.
Oh, the Legend was amazing. Yeah, we really like that ship. Puppy says, I do not follow sports. Don't shoot me. Puppy, by the end of the weekend, I was like, bravo.
Yeah, she had...
Go sports.
And then, I think I put something else on. I'm like, the Yankees are coming on. But they got rained out. She was like, no.
I'm done. I've had my fill.
Life is good today. Woo!
Woo! Welcome in, Ronnie. Sir Gary says he has 124 days until the Valiant Lady. I'm anxious to see what he thinks of Virgin, and I'm anxious to see what you guys think of the Valiant Lady, especially Tiffany, because she loved the Scarlet Lady as much as I did. Mary Ellen said that's like Connecticut. Half of Connecticut roots for Boston and half roots for New York. Okay, so Jersey's the same way.
Yep.
We're like right on the line. Where I grew up is closer to New York.
I'm not right on the line.
My brother does like the Eagles, but like my dad likes the Giants. So we've always had like conflict.
Your brother likes the Mets.
My brother likes the Mets. Yeah, my dad doesn't really like baseball.
No, nobody should like the Mets.
So, Sir Gary the Beaches has 369 days until he goes on the celebration. Yeah. Goals, baby. Goals.
We did 4 or 5 last year.
Nautical Nurse Nancy says that Tony does have a live show posted after our live, so he will be going live tonight. I think the Eagles are okay, but the Packers is my first team. Okay, that was Janice. Tony's live tonight. Tony who? Lalita Loca. Sir Gary the Beaches has 685 days.
Gee, that's number 4.
Until the NCL Joy. I think that's with Derek and Greg, right? We looked at that one because it's either going from New York to like Quebec, I think, or going from Quebec
that's
to
the
New
one
York.
with the Beaver Tail.
Yeah, but when I looked at the flights, it was like, it was kind of expensive.
Oh, we have to fly back.
Or fly there. Whatever, it made it really expensive.
It was 27 degrees there this morning. That's coming our way, Dave.
So,
wow.
Gary said they were down to 31 in Atlanta. I had no idea Georgia got cold like that. That's crazy.
We're actually
looking
at
27. Wow.
In Georgia.
Yeah, I'm going to rethink that, Gary. Gary and I were talking a little bit last week. He's like, you keep talking about Florida. What about like the Georgia coast?
P&B's Wide World of Ports. I love that. That's
welcome
awesome
in. They've been here before. Yes, I actually subbed to their channel because it came up in my feeds, and I was like, with a name like that, that's amazing. So they really do have some great content. If you're not subscribed to them, you want to make sure you definitely check them out. Meg says she has her first freeze tonight as well. That's crazy. Where did Bill go that night? What night? Where did you go that night? What night?
I don't know what night.
Tony G says his AC is currently on, so slightly different weather. It's still nice in Florida for now, supposed to drop temps this weekend. But even where, like in Southwest Florida, it doesn't get that cold.
Janice has the heat on. We watched a TikTok the other day about this time of year in New Jersey.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. He's in like a winter jacket in the morning, And then he's like in a sweater.
By 11
Oh,
o'clock,
yeah.
he like takes the jacket
Yeah.
off and he's wearing like a t-shirt and shorts. And then by like 3 o'clock,
He was sweating.
Yeah, it was like
summer
crazy.
with
It was like-
85 degrees.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then by 6 o'clock, he's like all bundled
back
up
to
again.
being in winter time.
That's a typical
That is
Jersey day
definitely,
right now.
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
She says you look lovely as well.
It's my Philly shirt. It brings out the color in my eyes. Without a doubt. Cheryl Rosinski, welcome in. I don't think we said
Welcome
that.
in, Cheryl. We definitely didn't. I got a dress for a wedding 5 years ago from Burlington that people asked about all night. It was a whopping $7.99. I love Burlington. I really, really do.
She's there, especially at back to school time. You're there all the time, and she'll come back with like a couple things for our daughter and like 20 things for herself.
No, that's not true. But I'll go school shopping for Kira, and I used to do it with Becca too. And I'll always end up with something for myself because you can't. It won't be there if you don't take it. Like they move through stuff.
And she'll call me and be like, "You need anything?" Nah, I'm good.
It's like a
I'm
treasure
good.
hunt. So the Traveling Gilberts are not on the Vloggers Cruise, but they will be in New Orleans the weekend before.
Oh, okay. You're
so
gonna go
that's
down for the
awesome.
meetup. That's gonna be huge, huge. A lot of people going.
It really is.
There's going to be some great footage from that.
Meg said she was on her bi-monthly date last
Yeah,
week.
I saw that earlier.
I loved every second of it.
And who were
Every
you on
time I saw a
date with?
picture, I was like,
Sunny?
what?
I hope it was sunny.
Yes, dear, it was sunny.
Yeah, you missed our troll last week.
Yeah, that
It
was exciting.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting through.
Hopefully that doesn't bring them back. Captain Billy, welcome in, buddy.
Welcome in. Ahoy there, Captain. So Mary Ellen says, yes, I was right. 3 weeks in November, which is telling me I really am getting behind, huh? She will be on the celebration for 3 weeks.
Wow.
So I will be chatting her up.
We've talked
to
about
get
doing
all
the
the
transatlantic, but and
We have.
some
We
people have
looked at
said
it for
it's rough.
Disney.
Yeah, some people said it gets pretty rough out there.
If you do a Disney transatlantic, it makes Disney a little more affordable. And so we were definitely looking into that. Celebration leaves the shipyard
Yep.
in Finland on 11/2, and we board on 11/6. Wow.
Wow.
And I started following Lee Mason because he will be the cruise director when we sail on her in April. And I just saw that he's on board. He did a, what did he call it, like MTV Cribs type video
Okay.
of his cabin. His cabin was actually way nicer than I
Yeah.
thought, like way
I don't
bigger.
think
Not
he
that it
gets
was
a
big
regular
on any.
Crew quarters cabin.
He's only got a porthole, but he's got like 2 desks and like a sitting area.
I'm
And
sure he does a lot of work behind the
Oh,
scenes too.
God,
So
yeah.
you got to
For
prepare
sure.
for all that.
He even showed where he makes all the announcements from. That's from his cabin. I didn't
Oh,
realize
yeah?
that. Yeah.
The guy that wakes me up in the morning.
Yeah.
Uh,
They will be not coming back to do the group cruise. The expense is immense for them. Absolutely. Not to mention the time and the jet lag and all that. So totally understand that. D&G Explorers will be on the Bliss next Tuesday as well. So somebody said they were going to be on. Was it Tony G that said he was going to be on the Bliss?
I'm not sure.
D&G, I would love to sail with them. They're
Yeah.
just amazing people.
We've known them for a while too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, long before we had a channel, we were watching their vlogs because they love Disney like me and cruising. So they're our kind of people.
Now Disney has priced us right out. So you want to start to talk about what we're supposed to talk about?
Only 33 days for the celebration for Nancy. That's awesome.
Awesome.
I just want to make sure. Cheryl Wazinski has 180 days until her
Awesome.
cruise.
Rooftop.
No bourbon this week. He needs the week off because he is in Jersey working on a story. Are you really in Jersey? If
Who?
so, where? Josh. Moonlight Adventures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We
Well,
might
let
know
us know
some
where
people
you're
who
at.
are in Jersey. Ruth Todd is here. Welcome in, and you made it. That's awesome. And Dave and Brandy say their cruise countdown just happens to be the same as ours.
We've had somebody else reach out to us with some interest too, which would be awesome.
Huh. Gary said the good half of Jersey roots for the Yankees. Are we calling that the good half, really? CMPJ 519. Welcome
Hello,
in.
welcome
They prefer
in.
the Pride over the Legend. We haven't been on the Pride, so we can't.
No, we haven't
can't
been on the
compare.
ride, but we did really enjoy the Legend.
We really did.
I like the older ship. I will have to say the Horizon is now like my new favorite ship.
I love.
'Cause
Yeah,
I know
the
where
Horizon.
everything's at, and that's a big part of. If I don't have to like learn a new ship, I like that. So.
Wow. Billy J says 53 degrees in Pensacola.
Wow.
That's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
it's from New York to Quebec, way too far out to even price airfares, which should be lower by then. Come spend Labor Day weekend on the Long Island Sound with us. Well, that much we
Ooh,
probably
we
can
could
do.
do
If we
that,
can't
yeah.
jump on the cruise, at least we can go up there for that. That would be
CME Travel. Hello, Marsha.
Muggy and Buggy. I'll take Muggy and Buggy. 4 seasons in one day. That's right.
Yep. Yeah. It gets a little like crazy after a while because I always lose my jackets. I leave them places because I take them off and just leave them like in a truck somewhere.
Did he say hi to Marsha?
I
Welcome
did.
in, Marsha. Nick P is here, and he has
Nick
80
P.
days until his flight from Europe. He's going to have an epic
Awesome, Nick.
train adventure.
I think you're almost at
All
the
right,
end.
I think I am. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, color palette and the theming on the Pride is better than on the Legend. The Legend has that, and I'm sure the Pride does too, but like our kids were with us when we were on the Legend, and they have that. It almost looked like you were going into a cave.
Was that
And it
the
almost
Legend?
looked like it was
Yeah,
dead
was the
end.
Legend.
And there was like seating, and there were even like window seats.
It was like,
and one of the
almost paper
clubs,
mache kind of thing. Yeah, one of the kids clubs. That's
Circle
how we found
C
it. Yeah.
or the other one, which is escaping me right
It
now.
looked like a cave. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It
the
looked like a
arcade
cave,
was back
yeah.
there, and we just—I don't know. It was cool. I
It
just
took
thought
us
it
a
had a
while
lot
to
of little,
find it.
yeah, it had a lot of little nooks and crannies like that. And again, I'm sure that the Pride has the same, but
I don't think so. I don't think the Pride has the same kind of hallway as that. I think it's
don't know.
unique.
It could be unique.
I think
it could
it
be,
is.
but we totally.
Wow,
And,
down
like,
in the
loved
30s
it.
in Louisiana?
Wow.
Jeez.
So everybody
Everybody's getting cold.
love the classic Carnival ships. So yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I do
very sad to see the Ecstasy go. Like I said, I mentioned last week that was my grandparents' first cruise
Mm-hmm.
ship. It made them love cruising as much as I do, and so always wanted to sail the Ecstasy again. It was only like 5 years old when I sailed it the first time, so maybe 6. Slightly older now, so I don't know if it would be the same experience.
Mariana says
but-
yes, the Pride has the same thing.
Oh, so the
Oh.
Pride does have the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know why I was so.
The
It's
Sunset
just a forest.
Garden.
Okay. Pride does. It's
Yeah.
called Sunset Garden. Okay. And Meg said, excited for the Pride. I love the Miracle.
And Gary's first cruise was on the Fantasy.
See? So,
Did anybody go on the Celebration? Was the Celebration the first? No, it was Mardi Gras, right?
yeah, well, the first ship was Mardi Gras, but
right?
then there was a celebration before the new celebration that was a holiday class ship, and I went on the Holiday. The Holiday was my first cruise, loved it.
Are they
And then when
officially
I went
all
on the
gone now?
Ecstasy, I was like, oh my god, because it was like double the size, and it had much more to offer.
Hold on.
Obviously,
Nothing.
So wonderful, dear. He's watching his game. The theming on each is different, but the layout is the same.
not
I don't
watching
know
the
why I
game.
loved that so much. Like,
I
I don't know
have to-
why that hallway. Like, I sat in there and read. Like, if you needed to find me and you couldn't, I was either on a clamshell up
Passed
on
out.
the Lido deck, or because the great thing about the Legend too is it had clamshells outside of Serenity, so I could go in there and read my book and maybe take a little nap.
Did you read?
And my kids could find me, so I really
Carnival
liked
not
that.
allowing you to save clamshells anymore.
I did not get into the
But gist of it,
details
but yeah.
of all that, but did you guys hear about that? Like, I heard
did.
they're gonna
I read that they're going to start.
maybe fine people.
Yeah,
which,
enforcing the no savies anymore.
yeah,
which
I think they put it. I think I saw something on Facebook that had like a time.
I think they're just going to start enforcing. I don't think they're finding anyone. So
Well, I'm all for it because you can go up on the Lido deck.
and there's towels
At
there
like 6 in the
Yeah,
morning,
there's
and- yeah.
people have already saved their seats.
Yep.
Which is ridiculous. But it's been happening for years.
Is that so? Are we saying when our first? So Meg's saying mine was 2 in 2004 or 2005. She says she guesses it doesn't matter. Yeah, I went on a hiatus. I cruised from 1995 until 2003, and then I didn't cruise again until 2018.
She said
Because-
that class was like an open She said it was wide open.
Wide
The
open.
ship.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
absolutely. And they had the big, huge atriums, which I loved.
Yeah, I like
the
the big
Ecstasy
atrium.
has all the neon. And I saw on Facebook that they posted, like, the last party on the Ecstasy. And the elevators are all, like, lit up in neon. And they're going up and down. And people had those.
Well, what are they doing with it? Are they scrapping it or are they
Yeah, they're
selling
scrapping it.
Wow.
I know, it's really sad. I wish somebody could buy it. But it's a bad time to be in the cruising industry right now. So I get it. It's just really sad. It looks like they're
40
going to
minutes
follow the
limit
rules that are already in
without a
place.
guest. Okay. So
There's 40-minute limit for loungers without a guest. Okay, that makes sense. I heard your PayPal notify you.
Gary,
Do you? He better not. So one of the things that we've been talking about a lot since we got back, of course, we were at first very sick. So we weren't thinking about much, but what we've been talking about now that we're back and we're going through all the footage is how different it was to be
Thank you,
on a
Gary.
group cruise. Gary, thank you. You did not need to
something
do
about
that.
Braves become a Brave dad.
That will never happen.
Because the Phillies won. If the Braves had won, it would have been bigger. Thank you, Gary.
You jinxed him. You jinxed him. I didn't mean he jinxed you.
There's no
It's
jinxies. There's no jinxies in baseball.
all going to be good.
There's no jinxies.
All the neon in the piano bar on Ecstasy looked cool. You know he did, Lucy.
We're really off
I
tonight,
don't
aren't
know.
we?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. You know what he did. Anyway, so what we were talking about is how different it was to
Going
be
on a group.
on,
Yeah.
like on an official group cruise. It was even different than when we went on the Sunshine. So the Sunshine was the first time we had.
We were there with
A-
friends more
like-
than anything. It
Yeah,
was
we were there
sunshine.
with
Yeah.
with multiple friends. So we did cruise with Guga and Rob in January,
Yep.
and that was awesome. But they were the only two other people we knew on the entire ship.
We've cruised with family
And then
every
we
time,
cruised
just
with
about.
Wanda,
Yeah.
and that was awesome. And I spent tons of time
And
with Wanda
JJ
too.
Cruz and
Yep.
and Power DJ.
And Barry DJ, yep.
So,
And we all kind of hung out here and there, and that was nice too. But this was,
more organized.
yeah, more organized. We did activities together. We did excursions
We
together.
did cabin crawls. We did
Bar
pub crawls.
crawls.
We did
Yep.
slot pulls. Like there was a lot of activities.
Yep.
Shot glass exchanges.
The meetup beforehand,
Yep.
like when we came, we came in the night before the cruise, and we came in late, like 11 o'clock at night. And we walked into the hotel and didn't even check in before we were greeted by.
We tend to do this. We did this in Helen too. We never made it to our room.
Yeah, we didn't make it to our room. We just kind of dropped our luggage, and it was like the party was happening, and we just joined right in. And it was people that we have been talking to on Marco
Yeah.
Polo for almost 2 years. So it wasn't like
You didn't need a name tag.
Yeah.
Everybody knew who they were.
it wasn't like you were meeting people
yeah.
for the first time, even though technically, physically, you
were.
were meeting people for
Yeah.
the first time. It was like all your friends were here. All the people that you've been talking to for 2 years were here.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was.
But I think you did a poll this week, right? You did a poll on
So well, because we were talking about it, I put it on our group page, and I'm like, have you guys all been on a group trip of any sort? Like, because it doesn't have to be a cruise. You can go to an all-inclusive. You can go to Disney, whatever.
Oh yeah, we've done all inclusive with groups.
With groups,
Yeah.
we have. Again, not like a official group where you have like planned activities and all.
Party in Helen.
Party in Helen.
Not us.
Party in Helen.
Not us.
But it was the same deal. Like when we walked up, it was just like, oh, all of our friends
Yep.
are here. And so, like he said, we didn't even make it. I think I ended up putting our stuff in our room because it was raining. I think Paul and Meg helped me. They helped me carry. He was taking off. He took off, and it's raining, and we're out in this courtyard. So they helped me get my luggage upstairs. But after that, it was like right to the party.
Yep.
So I was like, I was kind of leery of groups, to be honest, before we did it, because I'm kind of a shy person.
Yeah.
And
She's like, this is a whole different Lucy in the last 3 years.
it's
kind
true.
of thing, yeah.
It's true. Normally I would shy away from a
Without
big group of
knowing people on YouTube and getting to know people before we go somewhere, she would be like really awkward before the actual first meetup. But now it's
I
it's
would
a
be
lot
really
different.
awkward,
Yeah.
and then I would drink a little bit to loosen up, and then I would just be silly. And
Yes, Billy, I did miss dunking you in the dunk tank.
we did, and that was. I'm so sorry that we missed that. Everything
You're
was
right,
special
Ruth.
by the
It was
time y'all
really
got
like
to
we already
Helen.
knew each other.
Yeah, so everybody was already like all the awkwardness for them. Even so, both situations when we went to Helen and when we went to
And we were
Miami.
exhausted. On both
Both
were
trips.
full blown
But-
travel days.
So we were like ready to just, you know,
And it's just,
like drop. And I don't know what the right term is. And we
4
were
hours
energized.
later.
Yeah, we were energized both times, like right away. Puppy says it was great already knowing everyone,
Yeah,
even
it
though
really
we were
was.
meeting for the first time. That's absolutely true. And Meg said the same thing happened to her in Miami this week. And Meg and I talked when we were in Georgia. She's like me. She's very shy.
Yeah.
So it does make a huge difference. When we met you at the hotel lobby, it was like we already knew you.
yeah,
Yes.
it really was.
And I don't know if that's what made this so special.
That we built this up for 2 years, but I mean, it was something we'll never forget. Hopefully, we do it all again.
And that we all
Yeah.
kind of became friends. Like we did the whole, without Marco Polo, would I have felt like I knew everyone?
Even though you weren't really that active on Marco Polo, you
But I
still watched
still
them.
listened.
Yeah.
I'll listen at
Yeah.
work when I have, like when I'm trying to focus on work, believe it or not, I put my headphones in and I listen to Polos. So I still felt like, even though I wasn't incredibly active, because by the time I listen to them, it's, 2
Yeah,
weeks.
you're
2
2 weeks
I can't
behind.
contribute because I'm listening to stuff that everyone talked about 2 weeks ago. But I think that absolutely helped. So Captain Billy says he is he is shy too, introvert tonight,
yeah.
and I would have never guessed that he was shy because he doesn't.
'Cause we
come
knew
off
it.
as
It's
shy
like we
at all.
already knew each other.
Yeah, and well, we had
Well,
already
yeah, we had already
him
met
in Helen.
Billy. Yeah.
I was afraid of groups for sure. I am less awkward with groups than one-on-one in person.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Gilbert, you're so shy.
So I can be the same way. So I did pros and cons, and that was one of my pros is when you're kind of part of a big group and you're like in it and you're in the group, more likely to go dance or sing karaoke or I'm not
Dance?
saying that I did it, but I'm
Dance?
saying I'm more likely
What is
to
this
do
dance
it.
you speak of? You've danced like once in our marriage at a wedding. Once. Your
No,
sister's wedding.
I like slow dance, yeah. I'll a headbang, that I can do, and I don't need like a crowd around me. But I just mean even like the deck parties on Carnival. I'll watch and I'll sit on the sides
We
and
always
smile.
watch. Yeah.
But I won't.
Get down there. Nancy
Good.
was down in the middle of it.
Yeah. But had I stayed there and it wasn't so hot, I probably would
yeah, it
have
was really hot.
joined in because I'm part
was
of a
melting.
group. I blend in the group. I don't know how to describe it.
You're the wallflower. You are the wallflower.
Oh, is Ronnie Gilbert saying he's shy
Yes,
too?
yeah, okay. Me too, Ron. I'm shy.
I'm slowly coming out of my shell. That's what he says. I think Marco Polo helped so that we could see each other beforehand and actually talk. Absolutely.
And you didn't need a name tag. I think didn't they? I think they were making up name tags.
They
Oh, that
did.
was if
That's
you got
the
lost on
badge.
your ship, right?
Yeah, yeah. So Janice said
Like
she was
Patty's over
shy
there.
too.
Send me back. Put me back in my room.
Ruth said Billy is full of it, saying that he's shy. Chris says, I'm shy until I get to know you, but have fun on cruises without care. Now, that was one of the cons that I will say that I noticed. So typically, when we're cruising,
Hashtag Lucy no dance.
Lucy, no dance. That's right. Unless, like I said, if I in
No
a group,
dance
I
and
probably
no
would be
dance.
more
The
likely
two things she does. Sit and head back.
headbang.
Yeah.
That I can do. So Chris says he's shy, but he has fun on cruises without care, and that was one of the things. Typically, when we're on a cruise, we meet a ton of people, especially because we sit in the smoking section a lot.
I see this. I get to know
strike
the
up
same people.
conversations, and you get to know new people, and you kind of they're your new friends to hang out with. And I will say, in the group, that was one thing that didn't really happen. Either time, I would say
I
the
get to meet new
sunshine.
people from the
yeah,
ship?
because there was
Yeah.
anytime we went to the smoking section, there were people from our group, and so
Even
we
the
sat with
dinners.
them and talked to them.
And we went to specialty dinners.
Yep,
Uh,
specialty dinner. Sometimes you'll strike up conversation with the people around you.
oh, especially the hibachi. Talk
yep.
to everybody.
Yep. And we didn't really strike up conversations with very many people that were not in our group because there were so many in our group. There was always somebody
kids
there.
usually come up to me and go, "How do you know those people?" And I'm like, "I didn't. I just met them." They used to get mad at me. Why do you talk to everybody?
Okay, so Bill's saying the same thing. It's easier to meet people from YouTube and Marco Polo than it is to meet people in a Facebook group for cruise sailing. I have joined the Facebook group for every single cruise I've ever gone on. I've signed up for many of the meetups and events
And then
that they
you have not gone,
never
yeah.
shown up to one except for on the Horizon.
And we were like 4 hours late.
Yeah, I had the date like
The hours were wrong. She
hours-
was on East Coast time.
yeah,
It was
and
on.
it was so I had the hours wrong, so we showed
The
up.
person that did
late.
the group was like from the West Coast, and they had put down Pacific time, and
Yeah.
we were a couple hours late.
And so we missed the whole thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I go and I get on the ship and I chicken out. So this
But I
was
think
awesome. for them.
Polo really had a lot to do with that
Yep.
too. So,
And then you private polo people, so you really
Mm-hmm.
do get to know people, even if you're not that active in the groups.
and we're like going on other cruises with other people. So it's just,
Gary said, in a group, I'm more likely to do things I would not normally do around less people. That's so true. Me too.
yeah, we can all testify to that, Gary.
If I see you on a cruise, Lucy, I will get you on the dance floor. See, you might be able to do that, especially
Yeah,
if
on
I've
a
had a
cruise
couple
you might be
cocktails.
able to do that.
But if I don't know anybody, would be a hard thing for me to do. Nancy says, I'm an introvert, but cruising brings out the crazy.
Wow, I
would
never would have thought
guessed
that. Nancy. You're an introvert. But the thing, like, when you're on a cruise, it used to be like, oh, nobody's going to see you. You're never going to see these people again. And then you find out you're on YouTube. You're on TikTok. You're on Instagram.
So Meg says the smoking section
acting
does
the
actually
robot.
help you meet people. It's true. Smokers are friendly
Yeah.
people.
We stick
And they're
together.
all in the same area all the time, so you're likely to see that same person over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's saying that they don't believe Nancy's an introvert. My kids always ask me if I knew everyone.
Yep.
The Gaylor's Johnson.
I'll be like at the Acme or talking to the person in front of me in the line, and we'll get out in the parking lot. My daughter will be like, "How do you know those people?" I'm like, "I don't. We're going to their wedding next week." It's
Yeah,
okay."
that's pretty much. There was a meme a couple years ago that says, and my daughter like tagged him and I in it, and it said, "My mom on a plane," and it shows like a woman with her like. She's trying to make herself as small as possible. She's apologized 10 times to the people next to her for hitting them, with their elbows or whatever. And then it shows the dad, and he's like eating chicken with the people, and he's invited to the wedding, and and it's so true. It's so us. Meg says she joins the Facebook group for every sailing she's been on
Yeah.
and never said a word. I'll talk on the group page, but then
I don't really talk on the group page.
when it comes to meeting people,
Oh, I got to check my score.
I don't do it.
Got to check my score, dear.
At least you are more calm than Anthony. Yes,
Still
Anthony's so crazy.
Nothing.
I think they had a slot pool the time the Midlife Crazy did. I was in the Facebook group for the BBD. Yes, they did. They did their slot pool the same
Yeah,
time
I think.
as the Crazies.
Yep.
Wish I was outgoing as your introvert, not to Nautical Nurse Nancy. Absolutely. It also helped that you were the travel agent, Lucy. You had to talk with everyone. That's true. I did
Yeah.
have to talk to everyone.
And it seemed like we had people that would call, like, we got to get their birth date and all the information. And like an hour and a half later, we're still on the phone with them.
We were. It's when you have someone that has the same passion as you,
Mm-hmm.
it is easier. Like people that love to travel and love to cruise, it's easy to strike up conversation with those people. Like I still struggle at work. It's part of my job. I have to have personal relationships with all my vendors, and I don't know what to talk about. But if I get like a cruiser or a traveler,
Yeah, you got something in common.
I end up most of the time talking to the people that when I'm in a meeting and all, and it's
Disney.
time to talk about, whatever, what is that called? Like
Small talk.
small talk. Yeah. It always ends up being travel for me because that's something I'm comfortable with. And most people can relate on some
Hope
level.
Faith. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Hope Faith. Ronnie and Teresa were the first vloggers we met after knowing each other on Marco Polo.
Okay.
We already knew each other. That's so right. I didn't want to join Polo originally, but it's been amazing. Yep, that's absolutely true. I'm glad I joined too. I didn't. You joined way before I did.
I was pretty active. And
yeah.
then, like, when I switched jobs,
Then
I just
he's
didn't have
never
time.
on
My truck's
anymore.
so loud, I can't even hear the Polos.
But I saw him, and I felt like I was getting to know people just listening to you listen to the
My
Polos.
brother-in-law
So-
used to listen at my old job.
Oh, yeah.
I would put you
'Cause
through
they
the
work
Bluetooth.
together all day,
yeah.
every day.
He was sitting in the passenger
He
seat.
can hear anybody's name.
He knew
even
everybody.
now,
Yeah,
and he'll know
he
who
knows
it is
all
talking.
of you. He knows all of you.
He does. He feels like
Mm-hmm.
he knows everyone. Marco Polo would not be the same if you were not on it.
Aw.
Oh, Puppy said that to Ruth. So I feel that way about both of you ladies. Everyone. It was easy. It was the big easy, Ronnie. I guess that's where they met for the first time.
Oh, okay. We really do got to get down there, but I'll probably melt.
Janice said people were asking about the group on the MDR. We did stick out a little bit. I will say that. We did stick out
Yeah,
a
I think
little
we
bit.
stuck out a lot. But what we wanted to know is like, what are your thoughts on traveling as a group? Do you prefer
Have you done it yet? Are you leery
Yep.
of it? Do you prefer it? Do you prefer... Because
small
there's
group,
no...
big group? We have the bloggers cruise coming up, which
Oh,
honestly
my
to
God,
me, I
imagine.
think it's not something.
That's going to be a huge group.
I think every time you turn the corner, it's gonna you're gonna see some like you're not gonna have any kind of place to hide.
And that's what... oh, well, if you're looking for a place to hide, yeah. Group cruise
is
may
not
not
the place to
be
go.
the way to go. So if you are one of those people that need to sneak away and just have a little bit of you time, I can be that way sometimes, but not usually when I'm cruising.
Meg, I can't keep up with Marco Polo either. I just skip a lot, and
Yeah, I can't keep up with it either.
it's
I try.
sometimes it gets crazy.
It does. And then sometimes when you're like on a weekend and if we're listening and we're part of the conversation going back and forth, it could be really fun. We've had so much fun with Ronnie and Alma
Just private polo,
Doing-
yeah.
karaoke.
Yeah, we did karaoke
on
one
Saturday
night,
nights.
yeah.
We used to do it on like quite often where we'd all just be hanging out. That was when quarantine was happening and they're home board, we're home board. And we had
Who would have
ended up
known you
doing
could do karaoke through Marco
Yeah.
Polo? But you
It's
can.
such fun.
Uh,
We've been doing the Facebook group since
we delete those?
2013.
I hope
We
we
did
deleted
Cruise
those.
Critic before that. I don't know. I don't know how to, so I definitely didn't. You were the first one we met there. Thanks again for helping me make all that happen. Aw, see, I love when everybody gets together and meets each other.
Kiwoo's here.
Hi, Kira. Did you get your Halloween candy yet? Janice wants to know.
I have some lollipops. I've been on a lollipop kick.
Ronnie said he has been on a holiday. I got, when we had COVID, I ordered Starburst
Starburst the best lollipop.
And he was like, oh my God, because I ordered Instacart, and we were coughing all the time.
But they helped my throat, so I started
He
eating that.
fell in love.
Now I got like 3 bags of Tootsie Roll Pops. I got Blow Pops. I got Starburst Pops. So, yep, I got a problem.
Ronnie said him and Teresa have the same passion. Wait, what are we talking about? Cheryl says, I hate talking to vendors only if I must. Oh, it's so true.
Unless they're buying you lunch.
No, even then, I used to be in the parking lots and I'd be on the phone with them like, oh, I have to go in. Like, I would be freaking out. I don't know what to say. Oh, I hated it. That was the one good thing about COVID.
Let's see. What the
Nancy
share
was
is.
our first. Your first what? Oh, Ronnie
Is
asked.
that Ronnie again?
Okay, so Nancy said, I love meeting you guys in Cancun at See the World with Chris.
Jay and
So
Michelle were
glad
our
we had
first.
a few vacays together. Jay, Michelle,
They
and
were our first.
Brad and Kim.
Nope, we saw Jay and Michelle first.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
They were our
Within
first.
minutes of each other, though.
Yes, but Jay and Michelle were our first.
I work with
Yeah.
different vendors every single day. It's different. I know, it's so hard.
They all want to be your buddies.
So true. I work as customer service on a telephone company, and it's small town. The people that know that we travel always talk to us about it and ask about our adventures. That's what I end up doing, just talking about, and now most of my vendors will come in my office and sit down and say, when's your next cruise? Especially since the shutdown, because we've cruised so much since then.
But now we're getting back to reality with the 200 days.
Ronnie said a small group of friends is best for him. So that was
I
one of the
think so,
things
too.
that I put down as a con as far as being part of the group, and I've said this to so many people, and I've had so many people say it to me. The group was so big.
There was like I wouldn't say cliques.
Not
Everybody
cliques,
was
but
very friendly to
you
each other.
almost couldn't spend enough
With everyone,
quality time
yeah.
with anyone because you were talking to everyone. So like I don't feel like I had one-on-one time with many people at all.
Puppy, Ruth,
Yeah, you did more than I did.
the smokers.
Yep.
See, we all stick together.
Yep.
We're
See,
nice.
But I
nice
feel like I
people.
talked to everyone, and I did get to spend some time with every single person.
We know
on
we
the
only
cruise.
have a short time left in this world
Oh, stop.
because we're smokers, so we try to make the best of it.
Aw, see, the world with Chris and Nancy will be together on the celebration. I love that. And they went to Mexico. You guys went to Mexico twice, right?
Small group without an itinerary.
Without an itinerary, okay.
And just like that's what we did when we went with Mike Lovelace and Ronnie and Elma.
Yeah,
And
it was. That was great.
Yeah,
There was no
you guys
pressure.
want to do dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you didn't, that was okay too.
and it was like you looked at the menu. It wasn't.
You didn't feel
pick
obligated.
like Tuesday night, and then you find out Tuesday night is not the night that you wanted to go. You wanted to go Wednesday night because they were having something you really liked. But it was just a spur of the moment kind of thing. We didn't have really any kind of Margaritaville. That was it.
Yep, we did plan that,
Margaritaville.
and that was Mike and Michelle
Mm-hmm.
and Ronnie and Alma and the kids. And we had a great day there. Puppy said I'm a solo cruiser, so I went way out of my comfort zone for the BBD and had a blast. See, sometimes you have to take yourself out of your
Yep.
comfort zone. Okay, I went on a group cruise last June and barely spoke to anyone. They only have a meetup on Sail Away, and the last day everyone did their own thing. So it
All right,
can
that's
be
not
like,
bad. I guess it depends on the group you're with.
yeah. But and I'm assuming that group did not have a Marco Polo. We had a group Marco Polo just for the people
we
that were
had
going to be on the
people in-
cruise.
Our group that would have done activities like 3 times a day.
Yeah,
If
and that
they
would have been
could.
too
Yeah,
much.
Yeah, but you don't have to do them. That's the best part about it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go to. I didn't go to the pub crawl because that was on the last day, and I wasn't feeling very well.
And I was behind. I hadn't even started packing, so I ended up using that time to get my packing
There was a
started.
couple things I didn't go to. I didn't go to the slot
You didn't
hole.
go to you went to the Alchemy very short time on the last night. Everyone met up at Alchemy on
Yeah.
the last night to kind of say their goodbyes. It was sad. I only have 2 experience, but both Helen and Miami were awesome.
All right, so is this Teresa or Ronnie that's going to sing with us?
Can't wait to sing with you. We're still we have that footage too that we just came across. We got to get some of these other
All right,
people
make
that are
those
with us.
karaoke polos. Yeah, we could probably get like 3 different households going.
There
4
you
different
go.
households.
It was
You're trying to
fun.
make a fool out of yourself.
We'd We'd have a couple drinks and we would all just sit around and we'd be singing one song, they'd be singing the other. We had a
Wasting away
blast.
again in Margaritaville.
The Vloggers Cruise will be the best documented ship in the fleet. Isn't that the truth?
You enjoyed
The
some
truth.
people's company.
I enjoyed some people's company on the cruise.
But that's the best part
I
about going
enjoyed
on a group.
everyone's company.
If you didn't really like,
There were plenty of people to hang out with. That's true.
Oh, you can use auto-tune, Billy? I didn't
think
know
it's
that.
great fun. Huh.
Lucy's like, huh?
We needed it, trust me. I think it's great fun, but we also enjoy going with just a few friends too. I think the group cruises go faster somehow because I'm trying to connect with others the whole time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Nancy actually jumped on dinner with us, and
Yeah,
it just
that was
so happened
really nice.
that we all sat right next to
Mm-hmm.
each other. So we got to, that was like a 2-hour or 2.5 hour
At
thing, and we
least.
got to sit and talk the whole time. That was amazing.
And you really don't get to hear too much of Anthony, but we really enjoyed his company. Like, he was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
so
We had a blast that night. We
Anthony's
really
not.
did.
I think he's more the introvert too.
Gary says he won't be able to do Helen again next year, which we are on the fence whether
Yeah.
we're going. He's finally getting his shoulder surgery.
Try Starburst
I'm glad you're
jelly
getting
beans.
your
Okay.
surgery.
I can do that.
Yes, Starburst jelly beans are really good. I think that's actually what I ordered, and Instacart asked if they could substitute it with the lollipops, and I was like, fine, whatever.
Whatever you did to do it again.
I did learn I do not love traveling with others who need to talk the whole time. I hate talking in airports. I cannot explain it. So if you're supposed to be in a quiet area, like dinner, and Yeah, everyone.
What, dinner?
Not dinner.
Well,
if you're
in
all at
the
the
MDR
same
is loud.
table, if you're all at the same table, that's one thing. But if you're across the room,
Oh,
That's-
yeah, you
yeah.
can't be yelling across the room. Yo!
I agree. That's not something I would do either. And I would think I would be not wanting to be rude to the other people, trying to be considerate of them. We enjoyed our little cruise on the Valor with just the two of us, but it's very fun to meet friends on vacation too. And we've cruised.
Just
Well, never just the two of us.
MSC was, we had Rob and Guga there,
Yep.
but it was more this, like our vacation.
Yep.
The,
I tried to meet Chris, but when he booked a cruise to keep from meeting me. So Chris is dodging our Sunny there.
what?
Bill and Lucy did the same to us.
I knew that was coming.
See, we reap what we sow because we gave Mark such a hard time because he was on the celebration with us originally and he had to reschedule that.
He was supposed to be on something else with us, too.
On the seashore, but Stephanie got caught like it wasn't there.
And then he was supposed to be on Virgin with us, too.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was
Yeah.
supposed to be on Virgin with us.
Uh-huh.
The La Lido group cruise was fun, but we never made it to where we
Because we ran into people.
were
Yeah,
going
that's
a
what,
lot of times because
Yep.
we ran into people. So that was one of the things. Like if you're trying to get from one place to the next, like the mega deck party ended up being a total miss. I was there. You were there. You met up with Moonshine Jennifer.
Yep.
I ran into Nancy and I think Sarah. But we ran into so many people along the way. It was just you couldn't go from one place to the other without running into people, and then you didn't get to spend much time with anybody.
And
so
by the
you
time
didn't
you
wanna
get to wherever
rush.
you're going, you're still talking. You're
Yep.
not watching what's going on.
Yep.
Which, like, the Mega Deck Party is... I'll tell you what, the cruise director, Cookie, made this a special cruise because
Oh,
he
he's
is
amazing.
like, the best cruise director I've ever had. And so it was a different kind of experience, but sometimes it can be the same, very repetitive. But this one was really, really good.
Oh, he was awesome. He was like truly made us think like a cruise director can definitely
Oh,
enhance your trip.
yeah. Especially when he's like, this guy
He
was
was
amazing.
awesome.
So he was just fun to hang out with.
Helping Hands group was so huge. I only got to spend quality time with Troy and Najuma Brown. It was a lot, yeah. That's how this was too. I will also be a solo cruiser for the most part, but will do group cruises occasionally. That's Janice. Bradford and Kimberly were the first creators we ever met back in the spring of 2020 before the Panorama cruised for the last time pre-pandemic. Okay.
Hey, Eddie.
Brad and Kim are so awesome too.
Yeah, they are awesome.
Brooklyn in the house, stopping by to say good night. Good night, Eddie. Thanks for stopping by. I've had that done. Best thing that I've done. Okay. Gary and Ronnie Shoulders. You were wiped out on Thursday also. Yeah, he started to feel sick on Thursday.
I feel like I got cheated out of that cruise. Now that I'm like back to 95%.
Yeah, even when we were looking at the intro for the live tonight.
Hi, Ashley.
It was, hi Ashley, welcome in. It was, you were saying we really did have a great time.
Yeah.
But it just was like a 4-day cruise for him because he
It was
really
more,
didn't feel
more
good.
like a 3-day cruise for me.
He really didn't feel good those last 2 days. I so enjoyed that we were seated together with you and Brad. Yes.
Yeah, we had a blast.
We really
and Brad's date, she was really nice too. So we got a lot
Brad
of footage
sat
of
next
her.
to this lady she was so funny.
Yeah, we got a lot of footage
And
of
you
her.
know, Brad is quick-witted, and she was just as quick. She was an older lady,
Mm-hmm.
but she was funny. Meg's putting in the link for Nancy's live. Thank you so much. Anthony is such fun. He tries to let me do my crazy on cruises.
Anthony was a blast and very, very knowledgeable.
Yes.
So that was a lot of knowledge for the food because I don't know nothing.
Meg said she'll be on a cruise during the Helen meetup next year.
Oh, okay.
Janice is saying she enjoyed meeting everyone. I love
Yeah, it
the
was a
cruise we were
blast.
on
We
together
had a
even more
blast.
than the BBD. Oh, she's saying the 8-day cruise. Oh, that one had such a good itinerary.
So if you
She
get a
loved
chance,
Ronnie
go in
and Alma.
and check the poll that's on Facebook and let us know your thoughts. And like we are doing the celebration.
Oh, yeah.
It's
La
not
Luca
a
Loca's up
formal.
next.
Yeah, it's not a formal group, but feel free to check out the itinerary if you're interested. Maybe someday down the road, you never know.
Poor Ruth. It was so nice to run into you two, and it was a nice surprise. We walked in, and her and Steve were in there, but we were so tired at that point. He was not feeling good, and he kept me up for 2 nights in a row. So I probably was not. You did.
That was
not
at my worst.
friendliest.
You guys saw me at my worst.
It was good. It was. We had such fun with everyone. We really did. All right, so we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the Phillies game.
Thank you guys, as always, for hanging out with us. We will
Still
see
nothing,
you soon.
nothing. See, I didn't miss nothing. So remember to hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And we'll see you all next week. Mama D, take us out.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
At the beach it's always wetter and life in flip-flops is always better. Get away today. Take a vacation today. Don't let your life unravel. Take a break, call Lucy when you want to travel today. You got to get away. Friends and familiar faces making plans about going places. At the beach it's always better, and you'll get there with these 3 letters. Travel with them, just call MGM. Stop dreaming about better days. The MGM family travel will take you away. You got to get away.